All right, I'm back making another video. This one is about the Cowboys-Giants game recap. Another great game. It was a little slow in the beginning. It was a little slow, you know. It was a defensive game. Offense wasn't really picking up. Our defense playing lights out. And it picked up in the second half. But I just wanted to go over the stats real quick. And we honestly, we didn't dominate them. But we beat them in almost every single category. I mean, total yards, we had 391. They had 336. Passing yards, we had 215. They had 169. Rushing yards, 176. They had 167. And then our yards per play was 6.4, and there was 5. And we had 23 first downs, then with 22, so beat them there. And then, we were 39% on third down. You know, it's not bad, but we're still fighting those penalties, but we're slowly getting them down. We're making progress. Let's go. Let's go. Anyways, now our offense during the game, I thought we weren't the best, but we did good. I mean, we struggled a little bit to move the ball, and we could move. We moved the ball pretty well. We just couldn't punch it in the red zone in the beginning, you know. We got it in the goal line a couple times, and we just couldn't punch it in, and we just kept having them hang around. And honestly, this whole game was like we outplayed them, but we just didn't make those couple key plays where, you know, CD's drop, Trayvon missing the pick. And honestly, when we didn't make those kind of key plays, I was like, dang, this is a game we're going to lose. And we're going to look at it like, oh, we didn't make the key plays. But credit to the Cowboys, we still won. They just kept playing, you know. I mean, look at CD. That was one of CD's best games in terms of he was so low and down in the beginning after dropping that pass, and he only had a couple catches to that point. And you know, I'm at halftime, I'm scrolling through Twitter and stuff, and I see, get 88 off, take that 88 off of him. Why the hell is he wearing 88? He didn't even want it. Yada 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 yada. I'm like, chill, man, chill, relax. And so, and credit to him, man, persevering, not getting rattled, and then resiliency, comes back, the fourth down catch, huge, and then right after that, the catch bulldozing. I don't even know who that was, but he trucked him, almost scored on that play. And I like the play calling of Kellen. CD has those two major plays, and he, instead of running on the 1 yard line, he says, no, let's give it to CD one more time. And bam, the one-hand catch. Come on. And then I saw, you know, after seeing that on Twitter and people on Instagram are like, oh yeah, CD. It's just like, guys, chill out, you know? Don't be so woo. Anyways, and then I thought our rushing game was very good. You know, it was ahead of our offensive line. Tyler Smith is still balling. And also, Jason Peters balled out like crazy. I mean, our whole line. I mean, I can't emphasize this enough. Going into the year, everyone was talking about, you know, the wide receivers and not having enough talent there. I was way more worried about the offensive line. Because after that 49ers playoff win, we were just getting torched. Couldn't move the ball, run the ball. I was worried and not picking really anybody up except for Tyler Smith. But credit to them, man. They've been balling out. And so, I mean, it was just, look at the run game. I mean, yeah, part of it, I mean, the run game, the running backs and offensive line go hand to hand. You know, if the offensive line are having a bad day, honestly, it's more on the offensive line for the running game. If the offensive line is having a bad day, the running game isn't going to be moving that well. I mean, if you have a really good running back and the offensive line is having a bad day, the running back maybe sometimes can, you know, create something, but it's usually the offensive line got to create the start, and then the running back can take it over and then, you know, make his opportunities. But so there was that. And Noah Brown. I mean, everyone's showing up. I mean, even our tight ends, Jake Ferguson, dude, hell yeah. I mean, he comes out of nowhere after the Dalton Schultz injury, and he balls out. I mean, and their blocking too was really good too. That guy stepped up and was making some key blocks on the run game. So overall, our offense is good. And with Cooper at home, I'm not worried. Like, we don't have to rush Dak. I can't wait for Dak to get back because I feel like our offense will be even better. But right now, as it is, Cooper's not hurting us. He's putting us and finding ways to win ball games for us, which is amazing. He's not our offense isn't crippled at all, and credit to Cooper for that. Now, our major highlight is our defense. I mean, our defense has elevated. I cannot remember. Like, I think I said in the last video, I can't remember our defense being this good. Now, it's only week 3. I get it. But still, like, what they've shown in the first 3 games, they've been awesome, Only allowing 3 touchdowns. I can't remember. I mean, you even had Des Bryant tweet during the game, Tony, I wish we had this, defense and whatever. I mean, they're balling out. They're balling. I mean, and Donovan Wilson, man, he's been a stud ever since he started. Like, he's been a stud. I can't remember what year he started, but he's had to be on, because he's had to be on for a while. He's battled some injuries, but man, he's always been a stud when he's played rest. And then Jordan Lewis, great. I mean, honestly, I mean, if you don't hear a corner's name, they had a great game. I didn't even really see Jordan at all, so it means he was covering him up. Anthony Brown has never been really bad. He's never been bad. He had that one, Raiders game where everyone was picking on him with the pass interference thing, but he's always been good. He hasn't been outstanding, but he's been good. You know what I mean? Like, he does his job, and he does it effectively. And I feel like our corners have elevated their game. Trayvon too, have elevated their game. Plus, with our defensive line and our linebackers getting pressure, it's even making them even better. You know what I'm saying? Our secondary is even better with our defensive line, generating 24 rushes on Daniel Jones. I mean, it's awesome. They're literally complimenting each other, because even there was a couple times where our defensive line is great, but sometimes, they are not getting, like, there's a couple plays where they can't get to him, and our secondary's got him totally locked down. He's got nowhere to go. The only thing Daniel Jones could really do was run the ball. And he was pretty good, successful at that, but still, I mean, we locked down everything. He literally couldn't go anywhere with the ball, and the only thing he'd do was run the ball. And our special teams now in the game. Oh, actually, before I go to special teams, Demarcus Lawrence. What a game. What a game. 3 sacks. Are you kidding me? Hell yeah. He almost had a couple more. He had a chance at a couple more. But, yeah, it was awesome to see. And that injury scared. It's just like, life can be like that. You're at your highest point. Like, he has 3 sacks, one of those best games in a while. And then, bam, he's injured. It's like, oh, my God. It's just cruel, But it can go both ways, like as you see with CD. CD's having one of his worst games, and all of a sudden, bam, goes. So you just got to stay level-headed, which, I mean, I watch the pre-games and stuff, and that's all they preach is, level-headed and stuff, so it's awesome. Anyways, now, special teams. Our special teams has been awesome. Awesome. I mean, come on. Brett Maher, yes, he did have a miss, but he's been outstanding. Like, Greg Zuerlein, he was good for us. He made a bunch of clutch kicks. He just wasn't on all the time. He was very inconsistent. And Brett Maher, knock on wood, for the first 3 weeks has been consistent. He's knocked down kicks. And really, it's not really a worry right now anymore for the kicking game. Last year, every field goal, you're like, and I'm not trying to disrespect Greg Zuerlein or anything, but I'm just saying, like, last year, you're like, oh, God, I don't know if this is going to go in, But, and then Brian Anger, man, he's been a stud ever since, last year, he really elevated his game, and he hasn't dropped at all, so. And then Kevontae Turpin, man, he's been huge. He's been huge. Even on the last drive there when he got us up to midfield right there. That's just a momentum boost, We need to make a drive. and he gets us right up to midfield. Hell yeah. And just Conte's story, you know, of he just does not give up. And now look, he's living his dreams and stuff. It's awesome. It's awesome to see. And you look at he just doesn't, you know, yeah, he's a little small or whatever, but he uses his strengths, you know, on the field, his speed, and no one can really catch up with him, you know. So, and I feel like he's going to break one soon. I feel like the first 3 games, he's kind of felt how the game's been going, and every game, his returns have been a little better and better, and he's so close to breaking them, so close. But overall, that's my video. The key players of this game, I will say, CD was a key player. Micah Parsons is always a key player. He had a quiet game. I wouldn't say he's a key player today, or not a key player, but like game ball players, you know? People that got game balls. Cooper Rush, CD, Demarcus Lawrence. I know I'm probably missing anybody, but those are the 4 that stand out, right? Oh, wait, Tony and Zeke, Tyler Smith. Those guys balled out. I think they were one of the most key players in that game. So next game we got Washington football team, and I was looking, and Washington has the most allowed pressures or whatever. Carson's been sacked a lot, and which is a great thing for us because we've been the best on one of the best, if not the best rush in the league so far. So I'm hoping, this is one of the things where, the paper, when you line this up on paper, it's like, all right, we should dominate this game on defense, at least. Dominate. You know what I'm saying? For some reason, it's like that feeling of like, if the Cowboys relax at all, it could be scary. But I honestly think we will do well this game. I feel like the pressure is going to be huge. I really think if we get 24 pressures like we did this game, boom, we're good. I think, honestly, I'm saying I want to say we're going to get 24 or more than 24 pressures, but honestly, that's it's crazy. But with the the Commanders, having a bad line, I'm going to say 25. We're going to have 25 pressures. We're going to beat the Giants game by 1. And my prediction of the score, 24 Cowboys, 10 Commanders. 24-10. 24-10. That's it. And if that hits next video, yeah! Alright, I'm out. Peace.